In the bottom left, playing Valder, we have ttam, aka Poker Brat, and Trillion up in the top right, changing to Sedge for game 2. Only, like, I've seen this matchup quite a lot. How do you feel about Sedge against Valder?
Sedge against Valder. I definitely feel Sedge has a bit of a tough matchup against Valder because Valder has so many more units than Sedge, and it really makes it difficult for Sedge to do any sort of efficient trading. So I do think Valder is favored. Now that said, if Sedge can make it to the late game with like approximately equal armies, then Valder's advantage is like an absolute thing, but Sedge's advantage is a relative thing. So Sedge's power definitely scales a lot better with army size than Valder's does. So if Sedge can make it to the late game with reasonable, like not too far behind, I still think he has a chance.
We're gonna see how that goes. They're getting groove really quickly this game. And Valder, this is a really nice situation for Valder, where you're just kind of surrounded by a bunch of like villages that aren't on full health yet. Because you can just build swords. You know, heal your commander up. Okay, so he's gonna knock... Oh, he's just gonna bust them down. Technically, you could leave them alive to build swords later on, but... elects not to do that, just knocks them down, says, I want this money.
I agree with that decision because on this turn, on the next turn, like Valder really wants to be healing himself. So it doesn't make sense to leave that village alive. Like if you leave it alive for 2 turns just to get group, I feel like you're sacrificing too much.
That makes sense. And actually, because Valder got Groove really quickly there and had to spend his turn using Groove and then taking the village down with other units, Sedge was able to take down like a ton of stuff by himself. He's on 75% Groove already. So we're potentially going to see a Sedge with Groove like before the 9-turn mark, I would say. Depends how aggressive he goes.
That's entirely possible.
He even puts himself in a position where he can take quite a bit of damage, but he's got a lot of stuff backing up. There's a spear lined up to cover him if that knight decides to stand and attack.
I think it's funny how ttam just never healed his commander and it's working out for him. I think at this point you're not going to heal, you're just going to use mage heals or something. And so maybe Valder will never be healed this game. Off of the village.
I mean, if you can go for it, it works, right? Because you save,
Yeah.
like saving that like what 250 gold is quite nice. Like at that point in the game, it lets you build some units you wouldn't otherwise get.
Right. Yeah. Saving the money used to heal, but also saving the action.
This is a gigantic wall of spears we're seeing.
ttam does have a lot of money this turn, so he might just. Oh, okay. RIP the dream. ttam probably just gonna build maybe a dragon here. ttam does have archers as well, and archer to deal with the spears. So Sedge not gonna be able to push into this, especially now that because he doesn't have group yet. Oh, it just gets his own golem. Okay, that makes sense.
Golem's a good pick. I mean, personally, double archer plus balloon is quite fun. But I mean, yeah,
Oh, I
Trill.
didn't move the wedge back. I think that's just a mistake.
Oh right, yeah, Sedge has groove now. That's a on turn 8 as well. That's
Oh yeah, but this is like too far, right? Like you can't just push into. You can't push that much into an army that can just kill you.
yeah, especially because there's archers here. It's gonna do a lot of damage, and there's like sword crits. Oh my god, he's losing so much. Oh, more stuff is dying. This is not fun. Oh, it doesn't quite kill that dog, but I mean, there's another dog to kill it if it needs to. And yeah, that's so much damage in one turn. And even like taking hits on the wagon.
Right, and this is what I was talking about. Like when Sedge gets behind, he can't make good use of this groove because in order to kill things, Sedge requires you to first knock them down to low health with something else. And if you don't have the supporting army to do that, Sedge is not going to be able to use his groove a lot.
And yeah, like if he kept his army alive one more turn, that's when Sedge like activating becomes really scary. But now
Right.
he took so much damage in one turn that I think ttam can just, you know, steamroll him. He can just like keep pushing forwards. Just
ttam
like
keeping up the economic pain train going as well because he's like, these thieves are continuing to steal. I think the economy must be so bad
Rise from your
for
grave.
Trillion now.
yeah, like it's just like so painful. That 3 thieves on the map.
Yeah, it is the thieves.
Oh my god. And like the funny thing here is like sure, you know, there's this golem, and this is like one of the best ways you can fight against the golem is just to ignore it and let it do what it wants. Because sure, there's a golem and it can do a lot of damage to a single unit each turn, but if you're wiping out your opponent's army, like oh no, I lost a sword to a golem,
What's your
like that's not great from the person who has like the one golem and no army.
I think the golem might just die. There's archer. Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Golem on a mountain's pretty durable. But here's the
Okay.
thing, is you don't care, you just kill everything else. Like, you just ignore the
Right,
golem.
yeah, that's true.
You could
Thief
even
gonna
put some,
die as
like,
well.
you could put some air units around it to, you know, make sure it can't go anywhere.
You could, yeah, you could lure it. Oh, okay. It's actually just gonna attack.
Oh,
I
and
guess.
because he had that weakened sword still alive, he's able to kill the thief. Oh, this is nasty. And yeah, like, oh, he's actually gonna hit the golem? Okay. Oh, he might actually try and kill it. Oh, and that's like rough percentage-wise to... Like he just tipped it below 40% health and his own golem took a crit back to the face. I'm actually very surprised we didn't see a witch hex come out at the end there. Like, a golem on 12% health is not nearly as scary as like 22 is like kind of nasty to fight against, but yeah, I think ttam is just so far ahead at this point, it doesn't matter. He might even just finish the game now. Or oh no, he's setting up for a 2-turn lethal on the stronghold.
Yeah, because you can occupy those squares with balloons, and then you're gonna have like balloons and the witch can occupy lots of squares. Ttam's actually just going all in on the army wipe here. He's making his point. What can Sedge do with no army for him?
He's even healing the units. And yeah, like his army is just parked on top of his opponent's stronghold. Trillion. I mean that's it. And that was it really, like that one turn earlier in the game really cost him. Losing that much of his army.
Very true. Yeah.
Alright, what are we gonna see here? Is it gonna be lethal on Sedge? Yeah it is. And Valder comes in to finish. GG, well played, ttam. The scoreboard is looking rough again, but definitely did better that game.
Slightly better.
Slightly better. I think if that one turn hadn't happened where his army got wiped, like if he just held back a bit longer, he would have had Sedge Groove and that would have been a much closer game.
Right. Yeah, that it could have been a very different story. I think he just went in too much that one turn, allowed like so many attacks from ttam, and just couldn't recover from that.
Well played, ttam. Definitely a very solid Valder play that game. So, yeah. Congratulations, you're one of
Alright.
the few people this round that went 2-0.